a rim runner. This build is not a slasher, but we do have a little drive and dunk on this build, enough to do what we need to do. We took it to an 80. You can change that if you want to. That's totally up to you. With the layup, it is going to go to a 71, so we're going to leave it right there. As far as the close shot, we're going to go 75 on that. Now, the standing dunk, I took it to a 65, but I had a point left, so we ended up taking it to a 66. As far as the post control, we're going to get that to a 40. Now, like I said, this build is not a slasher, so get that out your head. We out there to, do certain things on the court, and finishing is not our best suit, but, you can always adjust the finishing. You can add a couple of cap breakers and get to a 89 drive and dunk if you really wanted to, but that's up to you. Now, as far as the three-point shooting, we did take that to an 85. It does max at an 87, but I think an 85 is a pretty solid number to have. Anytime you can get limitless range, you can get dead eye on silver, set shot specialist, and shifty shooter, I think that's pretty good. As far as the mid-range shot, we're going to bump that up to an 80, so we won't have no weaknesses. As far as the free throw, we're going to get that to a 71. Because we had a point left, we normally do around 70. So with that 85 three-point shot, you should be able to shoot lights out. No problem with that. Now, when 2K come out with a patch this week, then we're going to have to see how everything is. But this is before the first big patch, okay? Now, as far as the playmaking on this build, keep in mind you at the point guard position. And so far this year, 76 passing is kind of hit and miss, man. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. But I would say, if you want more passing, go ahead and take it up, but a 76 does get the job done for me. Now, everybody's different, and everybody's game is going to move different. Sometimes I pass good, sometimes I don't, but a 76 does get the job done for me. As far as the ball handle, we're going to take that to an 86. That does allow us to get some pretty good animation when it comes to ball handle. We got Anchor Assassin, Unpluckable, Handle for Days, and we also get strong handles on this build. As far as the speed with ball, now you could do a 75 if you want to, but I bumped it to an 80. But the thing is, if you wanted to get it to an 86, you would have to go 81 and then add 5 cap breakers to the speed with ball to get it to an 86. But I just took it to an 80. I think 80 is pretty solid for whatever you need to do when it comes to ball handling stuff dribbling and stuff like that. So if you don't think it's enough, take it up. If you think it's too much, take it down to a 75. Now, as far as the defense, we wanted to have some decent defense on this build. We're going to take that interior defense to a 60 because we do have some good shot blocking on this build. And I think it went up to a 60 on its own. I can't remember, but we do have a 68 shot blocking. So that's pretty good for this particular build. We will be able to block some shots. I don't know why I took it to a 60 because we can't get paint patrol on this build. You got to be 6'6" to get paint patroller. But we did have it at a 60. I think what it went over with. I think it went over something else. Excuse me. So let's take it down and see. I think it's going to go over something else, if I'm not mistaken. But we'll see. Okay, so for the perimeter defense, we're going to take that. I think it went over the steal. For the perimeter defense, we're going to take that up to a 92. Now, you could leave it at an 87 if you want to, and then use your cap breakers and get it to a 92. But we took it to a 92 at the gate, so we can get some good badges when it comes to challenger, on ball, pick dodger, and immovable enforcer. As for the steal, we did take that to an 85. It didn't go over the steal. I don't know what the interior went up with, but we'll see. We're just going to leave it right there at 48. I don't know why I took it to a 60. I was thinking we were 6'6", but we got an 85 steal. As far as the rebounding, we're going to take the offensive rebounding to an 80. And the defensive, it went up with the rebound. Well, now I stopped at a 55. So we got 80 and 80 on the rebound. So we got rebound chaser, and we got box on silver. Okay. So with the speed, we did an 86. Agility, we did an 85. Strength, we did an 85. So it may go. Did it go up with the strength? Yeah, it went up with the strength. Okay. I was just making sure because it'd be different sometimes. Sometimes it go up with the steel. Sometimes it go up with something else. So the interior defense did go up to a 60 with the strength. So that's what we got, right? And the rest is on the vert. Okay. So that's the build. Make sure you change whatever you need to change. But let's get into the shades up. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Now we got Old Fat. We got Jalen Suggs. We got Luka Doncic. And the build is a lock and board 3-point bullet creator. No big weaknesses to report. Now let's get into the cap breakers. So the cap breakers are going to change depending on what you want to change on your build. They do change as you change the build. So keep that in mind when you take stuff up and take stuff down. Okay. So with this build right here, if you needed something, I would say, well, you don't need anything really. You could use 2 cap breakers. Now this how great this is. You can use 2 cap breakers and get your driver dunk to an 89. Okay. Then you'll come over here. You need a 78. So take your vertical to maybe a 71, and then put 2 cap breakers right there, and get that to a 80. Get that to a 78. I'm sorry. Get that to a 78, and you good. You know, you can have some contact dunks on the build. That would be crazy right there. I think that's something I would look into if I had this build for myself. I would look into that, and you know, that'll make the build even better. But that's the build. Make sure you like the video, share the video, and I'm out of here. Charge!